Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over the brand new LR Diane. As you can see here, she's LR'd and she just about reaches 75,000 CC. That's of course with 6.6, Relic upgrade, everything. Like she can only gain max, I would say about another 100 CC, and that is like, actually no, she probably can't even gain that, she's probably gaining at least like 10 CC, that's all she's going to be able to gain. But yeah, 75,000 CC, this is the brand new LR Diane, which we do get for free if you're watching this at the time of this video's upload. We get her for free. Let me just show you where we get her from. Which is the free banner, here it is here, you get the Diane here for free, you level 100her, you SA 6her, and then boom, you then have the ability to LR her, which is pretty good. This Diane is pretty good. In terms of just, she's got good CC and she's a tank, and there's not many characters that do have high CC and that are tanks. The only one we have is really Sab, but still then, you're probably not going to have her the highest of CCs because, you know, once again, alt levels for characters like UR-based characters are kind of really hard to get because they've only been out once, apart from Melly who's been out twice, but that's only UR that's been out twice. Let's look at Diane though. Diane has a surprising amount of attack. Bear in mind she is a tank and she's got no attack gear, like, you know, she's running HP defense sort of thing at the moment, and she's got more attack than defense. HP is pretty standard. I think they may have upped it by about 13k, which isn't too much, only 14k, because I remember getting my Diane to just over 200,000 health, and that being sort of the upper limit at the time. Substats wise, she's had a general boost, mainly around her defense related stats have been the boost, like that pierce rate has been boosted. It's been boosted by a little bit, and that's actually pretty good pierce rate, which means she'll be able to do an okay amount of damage to enemies, because pierce rate is actually pretty handy when going through damage reduction and high defense enemies. Resistance has been improved. It's actually on the higher side. It's not the highest I've seen, but it's definitely on the higher side. Regeneration rate is actually on the higher side, which is kind of cool to see. It means she'll be able to heal a little bit more naturally, which is kind of nice. Crit chance is low. She's not going to be critting anyone. Like she will struggle to crit even like Transcendent Barn, who I would say isn't even really meta anymore. But her passive may come in and help with that, and we'll have a look at her passive in a second. Crit damage 218. It's low, like very low. Would I say it's bad? Not really, because she's a tank. If she was a DPS, I'd say it's horrendous. Like, it's abysmal if she was a tank, but DPS, but once again, because she's a tank, it's not too bad. Crit resistance is very good, 123%. That is without any boost from my Constellation, which is roughly another, like, 10-15%. So that's another good boost. And once again, same with crit defense as well. I think it's that she has the highest base crit defense in the game, which is really good, especially when characters like Millum exist. My only problem is that characters like Thor, you know, Thor has a skill where she ignores, I think it's either all of crit defense or like 100% of crit defense. So still, you're going to be taking a lot of damage, but definitely a lot less than like your average character that may have, I don't know, 100 to like 120 max crit defense. Recovery rate's on the lower side, but no one really cares. Lifesteal's also a little bit on the lower side as well, but once again, her taunt will sort of make up for her lack of lifesteal. And of course, damage resistance because she is True Awakened. General skills, she did have a change in two of her skills, so this went from an attack skill, and this went from an attack skill to, and now they're both debuff skills. Stance hasn't really changed too much, mainly just got a nice boost, which is kind of nice to go over. Yeah, not too much. The LR increased the damage a little bit. It's kind of cool though, it does pulverize, it does decrease enemies' HP related stats by 20%, which is kind of insane for a level 1 skill. I know it only lasts for one turn, but that's still kind of really insane for a level 1 skill. Level 2, once again, 25% one turn, still pulverize. Level 3 is 30% 2 turns. Once again, it still has the pulverize effect. But I kind of wish I had another effect to it. I don't know, maybe give it pierce rate as well, just something a little bit extra to boost the damage, because pulverize, it's not too bad, and I know technically this skill already has an effect to it. Not only is it pulverize, which does additional damage, but it also removes ult gauge as well if she has 4 or more orbs, which I guess does a lot as it is, and now once again it lowers the HP. It'll be kind of good to hit another tank with this skill, because once again, Red Tarmiel does definitely work off of the, it'll be better if you have high HP related stats, and if you can lower them, I guess Red Tarmiel would be less impactful, which is, I guess, kind of cool. But that's really all she's got going for her. Having another debuff is also kind of nice for Demon King, which I will try her on. because the Sins team really only has Barn for debuffs, but now we've also got another Diane that's got debuffs as well, which is pretty good. Her stance did get a slight boost. Once again, it was a glitch or a mistype or error on the initial translations for JP. It is 3 turns. These two are 3 turns. On the initial thing they showed us, the initial like LR Diane comparison to the old Diane, it was 2 turns, 3 turns, 2 turns. Like you can see here, it's 3 turns and 3 turns. But 35% HP related stats is a lot. 35% is a lot. Bear in mind that her passive gives a damage reduction. I say you put her with Transcendent Barnes, another 20% damage reduction, like a 60% damage reduction with a 35% HP related stat boost. You then got Red Tarmiel you can have on top of that. Yeah, she is going to tank pretty well, and I feel like that's what she's mainly going to be used for. 20% at level 1 is actually kind of absurd, especially because it's 2 turns. It'll be definitely really help with Red Tarmiel though, which is really nice. Her armor didn't really get too much of a change. Didn't have so everything basically this inflicts quell thing. All of this stuff has not changed. The only thing that's changed is now it has a debuff that lowers the enemy's HP related stats by 30% for 2 turns. Once again, kind of odd how both those things, lower HP related stats. Maybe you could have gone defense related stats with the ultimate to sort of make the ultimate super offensive, or once again have the single target super offensive, and then have the ultimate sort of a support ult, because that's what this ultimate is. It's a support ult. But I do understand maybe not wanting to make her a little bit too broken. The lower HP related stats will still be quite useful though. Like, it means if you lower the HP, technically they got less HP, Diane has a high chance of killing still. I think defense related stats would have been better, only because then, let's say you didn't wipe, your team can then come in, Escanor, Melee, LR King, whoever you want that's on the Sins team, to wipe. But yeah, she's very good. I'm really happy this Queen Diane did get an LR, because I was a full supporter of this Diane. She was my first 70k CC character. Unfortunately, she was not my first 75k CC character, because once again, UR base, and we've had a lot of other good LRs in the recent past. Onto her passive, which is a lot longer than the previous one. I think there's a few translation errors. I'm not sure if they fixed it. We're going to go through it. When taking damage from an enemy's attack, the hero's damage dealt is increased by 15% up to a maximum of 60%. Before the LR, it was 10% up to 50%. So once again, they've lowered the amount of buffs, but they've increased the worth of them. So you end up actually getting more out of it in general anyway. Their attack-related stats, I think it means the heroes. The heroes' attack-related stats, so this is just Diane, gets a 7% attack-related stat boost up to 28%, which is good. It's still not going to give her a half-decent crit chance. Like, 28%, what are you looking at? Like, 119? Let's just get another LR here. It's higher than Liz. Higher than Glocks. Higher than Millum. Not higher than Lilia. And Lilia, once again, it boosts her own stats as well. Yeah, she's not really going to be able to crit. Like, Zell boosts his crit chance. With modern character stats, Diane's going to still struggle to crit even with that 28% attack-related stat boost. And the amount of HP they lose through skills and effects is converted to points that can be accumulated up to 500k. So, standard older Queen Diane stuff, but instead of it now being 20% of the damage accumulated, it's now 30%. What does this mean? Basically, if you max out the 500k, instead of only being able to do 100k, you now do 150k minimum damage. Of course, if they have, like, for example, Millum's Dragon Rampage, where it sets the damage to 1, you still can't do 150k on that, but that's because your damage is set to 1. And so you can get through that. And then the bottom bit of a passive, which is probably the newest part. So this bit's new. These 2 bits up here at the bottom and the top have been updated, but the attack-related stat bit is new. This bit here is also sort of new. It's quite new. Every time the hero enters a stance, it's kind of weird. You sort of uses a stance. Allies' attack-related stats are increased by 15% for 2 turns. It's a grey buff, means it cannot be removed by characters like Rimuru or Esterosa Commandment, which is kind of nice. While the stance is active, the allies' damage taken is decreased by 40%. That is part of the old Queen Diane's passive. And then the hero's damage taken from skills during the enemy's turn does not exceed 60% of the max HP. This is when she is in stance. If she does not have a stance up, this damage to cap does not exist. 60% is kind of an odd number to go for. Normally you'd go for 50% or 40%, but 60% is okay. 60% will mean that she cannot be one-shot by characters like the Ultimate 1 or 4, but once again, I mentioned the word one-shot. She could quite easily be 2-shot, especially from a character like Thor, who, when she's built up, she's got 2 single target skills,
you're gonna die. She is not gonna be able to tank that, but she'll at least tank the first hit, which is kind of good. It means that characters like Millum, if she gets Dragon Rampage, won't just be able to immediately one-tap you. And once again, Millum's after she uses a skill, she loses a stack of Dragon Rampage, so that could actually save you and be quite a good sort of distraction. Relic-wise, increase the hero's allies' damage dealt by 30%. For 2 turns when assuming a stance. So once again, you've got that 15% attack-related stat boost. You also then got a 30% damage increase from her Relic, as well as a 40% damage reduction whenever she has a stance applied. Which, that's just for your entire team. You mix that with characters who buff sins. You've got Gotha, you run a giant buffer, so Matrona, or LR King. You're looking at quite a nice team. They've got a nice chunk of DPS, a nice chunk of support, a good tank, because that's what really the meta needed, was a good tank that isn't like Albedo or Sab. Unknowns. We need a good Sins tank, which we haven't had in a while. Valentine's Diane was quite good, but once again, she also had her problems as well. Here we go. Gear-wise, HP defense. She is a tank. That's her only purpose. You could give her attack crit, but you'd have to be kind of stupid to give her attack crit, really. I'm going to be honest. She does not need it. A HP defense, she'll fit every role possible. She cannot probably work in a few demonic beasts. Rat, I'm guessing she might struggle with. She might be quite good at damage now I think about it in Rat. Once again, she has a wasted skill, and that's not something you want to bring to a demonic beast where you've already got 3 support characters. You don't really want to bring a wasted skill. But I might try her on floors 1 and 2. I might give it a try. Onto the outfits, once again, I have all the outfits for Diane. I heavily invested in Diane when she was, like, I guess not really meta. Mainly because it's a first festival Diane, come on, you've got to invest at least a little bit. And her outfit looks absolutely beautiful. I love this outfit. It's got the same thing as King, which is, Fairy King, Fairy Queen sort of thing. And it's so nice. It's such a cool outfit. I do like the fact they go very well together, because when you have them on the field together, the outfits match, and it's kind of cool. I do hope Lance, I know he's not related to them, but I would also like Lance to see like an outfit that sort of matches with the upcoming LR Barn. I would like that as well, and maybe an LR Elaine as well, just to sort of match the families. Overall, once again, this outfit's been free. You got an event outfit here. Which you can't actually buy anymore. You've got this one, which is the Hall Pass outfit. Once again, LR. You've got SSR base, the Valentine's Day SSR base, the UR base of this Diane, sorry, the SSR Diane, this is your outfit, and then Valentine's Day Diane's outfit as well. Weapons-wise, once again, sort of the same thing. This one's a standard weapon. You've got the Valentine's Day weapon. You've got the Hall Pass weapon. And then you've got the event outfit weapon as well. Headgears, lots of headgears for Diane. I own every headgear for Diane. That's because so many of them are free. So basically, all of them here are free by obtaining a Diane. This one was from Hawk Pass. Apart from that, these 2 are from this Diane, the current Queen Diane. These 2 are from Valentine's Day Diane, and then this one is from once again the Hawk Pass outfit. Which I'm surprised they haven't brought back the old Hawk Pass outfits, especially the old painter ones, because there's quite a few good skins there. But no, that's it. She's quite good. Give her HP defense, and yeah, probably one of the best tanks in the game at the moment. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next one. Goodbye.